Hello everybody, my name is Sarah. Welcome to Kids Following Jesus. Would you call yourself gentle or thoughtful? Well, there's a woman in the Bible named Abigail, and she is a thoughtful individual. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her story. Now, you'll find her story in 1 Samuel and starting in chapter 25. I'll tell you a little bit about the story and then I'll read from verses 18 through 28. So Abigail was married to a man named Nabal, and during this time he is shearing his sheep. Now, before this time, all of his sheep were down at a place called Carmel, and all of his servants guarded his sheep there. And David and his men helped keep his servants and his sheep safe. So David hears that he is now shearing his sheep, and he sends servants to him to let them know, hey, we made sure that your sheep and your servants were all safe. Would you give us something in return now that this is such a good time for you? Now, Nabal is a very mean and nasty person, and he sends them away with nothing. So the men return to David and they tell him, hey, this guy, he just yelled at us, made fun of us, and sent us away. So David tells his men to grab their swords. They're going to go back. And I'm not talking just a few men, we're talking hundreds of men, like 600 men are now marching back up to Nabal. Now Abigail, Nabal's wife, was not around when the servants came from David, and the servants of Nabal come to her because they realize what's happening, and they say to her, hey, these guys really helped us out. They kept us protected. They made sure nothing was stolen from us, and Nabal just sent them away. They're going to be angry. So Abigail decides to do something. Let's read. Abigail didn't waste any time. She got 200 loaves of bread and 2 bottles of wine. The bottles were made out of animal skins. She got 5 sheep that were ready to be cooked. She got a bushel of grain that had been cooked. She got 100 raisin cakes, and she got 200 cakes of pressed figs. She loaded all of it on the backs of donkeys. Then she told her servants, go on ahead, I'll follow you. But she didn't tell her husband Nabal about it. Abigail rode her donkey into a mountain valley. There she saw David and his men. They were coming down toward her. David had said, everything we've done hasn't been worth a thing. I watched over that fellow's property in the desert. I made sure none of it was stolen, but he has paid me back evil for good. I won't leave even one of his men alive until morning. If I do, may God punish me greatly. When Abigail saw David, she quickly got off her donkey. She bowed down in front of David with her face toward the ground. She fell at his feet. She said, please let me speak to you. Sir, listen to what I'm saying. Let me take the blame myself. Don't pay any attention to that evil man Nabal. His name means foolish person. And that's exactly what he is. He's always doing foolish things. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see the men you sent. Sir, the Lord has kept you from killing Nabal and his men. He has kept you from using your own hands to get even. May what's about to happen to Nabal happen to all of your enemies. May it also happen to everyone who wants to harm you. And may it happen just as surely as the Lord and you are alive. I've brought a gift for you. Give it to the men who follow you. Please forgive me for what I've done wrong. So here Abigail, being very thoughtful, has given back to the individuals who helped them. Now, what are some ways that you can be thoughtful and gentle towards another person? Let's say you and your friend, you want to play, right? You want to play some game together, do something. Now, you want to play tag, and your friend wants to play on the swings. So, as a thoughtful person, you put the needs and feelings of someone else before you. So, you go and swing with your friend. You still get to play together and talk and have fun, but you put someone else's thoughts and feelings ahead of yourself. And that is how we attempt to be good disciples of God. Let's take time to pray together. Dear God, thank you for giving us chances to be gentle and thoughtful. Help us be your disciple. Amen. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back next week with more Kids Following Jesus.